Special Recognition Award category, Efe Omorogbe. For more than 3 decades, Efe Omorogbe has worked in a wide variety of capacities, from being a talent manager, music executive, writer, and creative entrepreneur. He has had an extensive resume in songwriting, A&R, filmmaking, production of major music projects, and live events. He has garnered an outstanding wealth of experience in many facets of creative enterprise in one of the key emerging markets in the world. Efe Omorogbe was born on March 3, 1971 in Warri, Delta State, to Moses Osasogie Omorogbe and Olu Akpoviri, and grew up with 24 siblings. He had a fun, tough, but mostly beautiful childhood growing up in the oil-rich city of Sapele. His experiences helped shape the man he is today.
My name is Efe Omorogbe, aka Efosa Okeogene Ogenekeve Omorogbe. I call myself Efe. A lot of people call me Efe. It's really Efe. I was born and raised in Warri, Sapele. Spent the first 17, 18 years of my life really in Delta State, around my mom and my dad later, because everybody around me from the Warri Sapele end called me the Urobo or Isoko version of EFE. I kind of just grew up calling myself Efe too, but my name is really Efe. Efosa Omorogbe.
He attended Igobadu Primary School, Warri, and Ogodo Primary School, Sapele, before moving to Okotiabo Grammar School, Sapele, where he developed his rap, dance, and beatboxing skills.
Schooled in Warri, Igobadu Primary School in Warri. We were the first set. I did my secondary school in Okotiabo Grammar School, Sapele. Then I did my university education at the University of Lagos. I majored in English.
Before finding his footing in the entertainment industry, Efe Omorogbe contributed as a writer for the TV show Beat Wave, produced by the late Ben Joff.
My career in entertainment started in earnest post-secondary school at about 1988, 89, 90. I made a demo. I tried to get a recording contract. I actually got a recording contract with Biscord label, an imprint under Ben Joff International. Shout out to the late, great Ben Olaye. So I had a stint with Ben Joff for about 2 years. I also did Beat Wave. I think I did a season of Beat Wave, a TV show that was produced by Ben Joff also. And shortly after that, I got into Unilag.
He also dabbled into talent management whilst trying to promote the music career of his younger brother, Sleek, which didn't go well as planned.
My deal didn't materialize. I never put out, a record officially, but I continued making music. I continued recording and producing and writing. But shortly after I got into Unilag, I kind of made a decision to melt into the background, and I took on an exciting young talent called Sleek, a guy called Sleek, who incidentally was my younger brother, bad rapper. So I started writing and producing music for Sleek, and established Now Music as a label, as management, to basically push his career.
After graduating with a BA in English from the University of Lagos in 1996, Efe Omorogbe got his first formal job in the entertainment media as an associate editor with Hip Hop World magazine, the progenitor of Hip TV, before focusing wholly on Now Music.
I left Unilag in 96, and in 97 I hooked up with Ayo Animation. He gave me a job. He gave me my first formal job at Hip Hop World magazine in 97. Over the next 3-4 years, I did my thing at Hip Hop World magazine. While we were making music, while we kept the Mega Mob running, while we attempted to put a couple of things together, the Now Music end, I did a media gig. And it kind of gave me a lot of exposure. Expanded my network. I got to know a lot more people, and not just people, quality people, power players, gatekeepers. Hip Hop World was the platform that got me really entrenched, in the music and instrument industry space. A lot of people I met and did a lot of stuff with for years and years to come. I started with that whole Hip Hop World experience. I was associate editor of Hip Hop World magazine. Of course, if you worked at Hip Hop World magazine in the late 90s, early 2000s, you were exposed to everything. Editorial work, admin work, production work, packaging work, marketing work, distribution, sales, adverts. We did all of that, and we did a few events too, Girls Night Out and a few other stuff. So by the year 1999, 2000, I'd pretty much established the right kind of network, the right kind of contact, the right kind of experience, and I was ready to give Now Music another shot full time. So I focused on Now Music.
Efe Omorogbe worked in a wide variety of capacities for various media firms such as Nigezie, Hearts Magazine, Hints Magazine, Bubbles Magazine, among others.
Of course, there's still a bunch of media gigs. I did some work with Bubbles Magazine, some editorial consultancy work. I maintained a column at the Hints Magazine, then Hearts Magazine, fundamentally a writer. So I managed to keep writing all through that period. Then, of course, worked with Kwame to deliver Global Sounds, a hit TV show that was a progenitor of Nigezie, the channel. And I kept my media activity, going on while I focused on the label and the management company a little bit more.
He is the hugely respected and accomplished founder and CEO of Now Music, one of Nigeria's most successful music management and record label company that has handled the career of some of the biggest names in the industry. Since he first made the bold move to start up his talent management company, Omorogbe has worked with some of the biggest Nigerian stars in their prime. Between 2003 to 2008, his company worked with Rugged Man, Paul Play Dairo, Niola, Shay Shay, Sonny Neji, Obi-Wan, Terry G, Il Bliss, Tunde and Wumi Obey 2, Idris Abdul Karim, 2 Shots, Mr. Raw, and many others.
2001, 2002, I started doing business with the likes of Daniel Wilson, Tunde Wumi Obey, Sonny Neji. Actually started working with Phyllis Duke earlier. I just got broken into, the big league, so to speak, because they didn't come bigger than, the likes of Daniel Wilson back in the day, Sonny Neji and stuff. And later, 2003, 2004 down the road, Two-Face Idibia, Rugged Man, African China, Nigga Raw, Niola, Freestyle, and on and on and on and on. We just hit top gear and we couldn't stop.
However, the biggest job that shot Efe Omorogbe and his Now Music team to greater prominence is their management of 2Baba's illustrious career since he pursued his solo career following his exit from Plantation Boys. 2Baba is a legend in African contemporary music, and he had gotten to a point in his career where he needed a top-of-the-range management team that could reinvent him and guarantee longevity of his incredible career, which the Now Music team successfully managed.
We managed 2Baba, Now Music. 2Baba had a contract with Now Music Management. I have never really functioned in the capacity of a personal manager. I work with Now Music, I work for Now Music, I work with a team. And what we offer is professional management support for talents, right, across board. The task was for us to do our thing. As with talent, as it is with talents globally, there's a time you're trying to find your voice. There's a time you get recognized, you get known, aka you blow. And there's a time you set your goals, your targets as to next steps, right? How you want to, your career trajectory. There's a time you're trying to basically establish longevity. There's a time you're trying to battle decline. There's a period where you're looking at, brand extensions, so you're trying to do more, with the currency that you have, which is your star power, your fame. And what we've done always is to do what management should do. Support the talent, work with the talent. We maximize the gains of the good strides, the good things, and we minimize the negative effects of the not so good things. So maybe it's with the talent, maybe it's a bad record or a not so well received record. Maybe it's a personal situation. Maybe it's a scandal. Maybe it's a struggle. Whatever it is, management is that partner that works with the talent to make all the advantages count and pay and reduce or minimize the negative impact of all the, not so great stuff. And that's what we've done with.
As an entrepreneur, Efe Omorogbe is the founder of Bookwide Media Network. As the founder of the business, he has worked on major live events like Bookwild and Breathless, Star Music, The Trek, Eargasm, product launches such as GAC G8, development program campaign on Get It Together, tourism promotion on Just Chillin', and Power of One film. A man of many interests, He also has his hands in agribusiness, sports, and hospitality. He is also the co-founder of Hypertech Digital 960 Music Group, where he provides A&R and executive producer support. He is a director at Inobia Agro Allied Limited, Mies Palace Football Academy, and Efizi, a company he runs with his wife. It has not been easy to manage 3 successful businesses, a family, and one of Africa's biggest stars over the years. Efe Omorogbe narrates how challenging it was to get his family to believe in his dream during the early days of his career.
I had a running battle with my late sister, who would come to Lagos every now and then and sometimes beg, sometimes scream, sometimes threaten that I should come back to Warri and get a placement in an oil company. Dude, what are you doing? All your classmates from secondary school, from university, one was working at Shell, somebody has, a Halliburton, somebody's here, somebody's there. What are you doing? Sure. Even explain to me, Seth, this is the way they do, waiting in the column. Explain to me. It was difficult to find a succinct word or phrase to actually explain what I did. She was scared I was wasting my life. She was scared that nobody, of course, probably nobody she knew made anything substantial out of their lives from being talent management, A&R consultant, or record label executive. At that level, it was easy to identify somebody who was big, a lawyer, medical doctor, somebody who was working at some government establishment. It was easy to identify someone who's been successful working at an oil company or an engineer. But people where they follow musicians, people where they follow where they do show, what future was there? So she was concerned, she was genuinely concerned. A lot of people were concerned. But today, there are multimillionaires, they're actually billionaires who they would call you and they would respectfully request for your time. And what they're just basically trying to find out is your professional opinion as to if their child or their ward or someone under their care has talent enough to make it in entertainment, in music. And it's no longer something to be ashamed of, it's no longer something to shy about, it's no longer something that kind of put a stamp of seriousness on your forehead. And of course, there's quite a lot of money, quite a bit of money, not a lot, but quite a bit of money circulating around the industry now.
With a hugely respected, dynamic and accomplished media career such as his, he has had a fair share of his emotional and trying moments. He cites the death of his mother as the worst experience he has ever had.
I lost my mom a little over 20 years ago. It took me 16 years after I lost her, just about 5 years ago, to hit the spot to grieve. I don't remember crying, I don't remember, I was stoic, I was controlled, I did everything I needed to do, we did the burial and all of that. Everything with a clear head. I left. Then 16 years later, I was on a flight from Abuja to Lagos, and it was the saddest day in my life. I had so much to share, I had so much to give, and I just realized that my mom didn't get a chance to be a part of any of this. She didn't get a chance to see any of this.
Aside from being a talent manager, creative entrepreneur, Efe Omorogbe is a songwriter. He has writing credits for some of Tubaba's hit records like Spiritual Healing, Dance in the Rain, We Must Groove featuring Burna Boy, Opo featuring Wizkid, and many others. Efe Omorogbe's need to create practical solutions in different aspects of the economy, especially in the Nigerian music industry, led him to join a team of specialists to establish the Copyright Society of Nigeria, COSON, on May 20, 2010. COSON became known as the only NCC-approved collective management society for the Nigerian music industry. It had the highest involvement of players in that space. The Nigerian artists, alongside national associations like the Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria, PMAN, Nigerian Association of Recording Industries, NARI, and Music Label Owners, and Recording Industries Association of Nigeria, MORAN, all affiliated with the COSON leadership. Besides being such a force in the industry, Omorogbe is also a family man. He got married to Bukola Mofoitan Omorogbe in 2001, and they're blessed with a son, Esosa. He describes his close-knit family as his most significant achievement and the birth of his son as his happiest memory. Efe Omorogbe believes that failure to grow is death. Hence, despite his illustrious career as a creative, he keeps figuring more innovative ways to take his game to the next and venturing into other sectors outside the creative entertainment industry, agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, in recognition of his excellence and outstanding impact to the entertainment industry, the Headies Academy is honored to present the Special Recognition Award to Mr. Efe Omorogbe. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's an honor and a pleasure. I say a big thank you to everybody involved in the Headies. It's a huge deal, probably easily the biggest deal, as far as the industry is concerned from this part of the divide. So I'm super grateful. I also would like to thank a lot of my colleagues who are in the background. It's a difficult place to work, but it's also pretty cool. We do not often get the recognition that we deserve. This is for every one of you guys working in the background. Sometimes it looks like nobody sees what you're doing, but believe me, even when they do not see, they feel your impact. And it's the impact that we've created that has delivered some of the results that everybody is enjoying today. So keep doing your thing. All the best. Keep winning. Thank you.